to the show with Xander. Today, this is a special episode, and definitely, yes, we are going to talk about the European tour, Europe 2026. And in this instance, it is Norway. Here we go. Welcome to the show with Sander. With me, your host, Sander. Norway is located in the northern Europe. It's famous for towering mountains, the Vikings, and also the incredible displays, the Northern Lights. Norway is part of Scandinavia alongside Sweden and Denmark. It has a population of around 5.6 million people, making it one of Europe's less populated countries. Its capital city is Oslo, a modern city surrounded by forests and a beautiful fjord. Nature like no other. Norway is known for its breathtaking landscapes. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff overlooking a deep blue ocean surrounded by mountains. These were carved by glaciers thousands of years ago and are among the most stunning natural wonders in the world. If you enjoy hiking, skiing, fishing, or simply being outdoors or looking at the beautiful landscape, Norway is definitely a dream destination. Okay, so let's talk about Norway and more specifically Oslo. Would I come back? Absolutely, yes, 100%. This is one of those cities that leave a lasting impression, and I would definitely visit again. The landscapes are incredible, the people are friendly, the city is beautiful, and everything feels well looked after. Of course, like any city, you will occasionally come across someone who is rude or see a few homeless people asking for money. No place is perfect. Overall, Oslo feels clean, organized, and incredibly well planned. Everything seems to have its place, and you can tell the country takes great pride in maintaining its public spaces and preserving its history. Now, one thing that surprised me was the public toilets. At the central station, it cost the equivalent of 3 Australian dollars to use one. In other places like McDonald's, the toilets are locked and you need a PIN code and your receipt to access them. If you're planning to visit, you can easily book tours before you arrive or even once you are in the city. There are plenty of options depending on what you would like to see. The hotel I was staying had been fantastic. One of the best hotels I have stayed in. The breakfast buffet was amazing with a huge variety of food, and it's a great way to start the day before exploring. Walking around Oslo is enjoyable because there is always something happening. For example, when I was there, there was a marathon with thousands of people cheering along the streets, and there was also a major football cup final. So the city had an amazing atmosphere. One place that really caught my attention is the shopping center right next to Central Station, the train station. It's almost like a maze. You can walk around for ages, turning corners and discovering new shops is kind of like a fun experience. Another highlight is the public library. It's absolutely beautiful. About 5 floors filled with books, study areas, children's spaces, and even a cafe and a gift shop. It's modern, welcoming, and definitely worth visiting. Even if you don't plan on borrowing a book, right next to it is the Oslo Opera House. Not like the Sydney Opera House with its beautiful architecture. However, it's one of the city's most iconic buildings because it's almost, you can say, right in the middle. What's unique is that you can actually walk on the roof. From the top, you get a fantastic views of the harbor, the surrounding mountains, and the city of Oslo. If you have time, I would also recommend taking a harbor cruise. It's a relaxing way to see the city from the water, and you can also feel the cold wind. Let's talk about prices because Norway is not cheap, it's a very expensive destination. You could find McDonald's burgers for around $15, and I'm talking about Australian dollars, which is okay. However, I bought a burrito with a sparkling water, and it comes to around 45 Australian dollars. So, depending on where you eat, you would definitely notice the higher cost of living and the high prices. One of the things that surprised me was the daylight. When I went in May, the sun doesn't go down until around 9:30 or 9:40 p.m. at night, and it starts getting light again at around 4:50 a.m. in the morning. So if you're visiting during summer, I highly recommend staying somewhere with blackout curtains or bring an eye mask if you are a light sleeper. Overall, I can honestly say that Oslo exceeded my expectations. Norway and Oslo were clean, safe, beautiful, easy to walk around, full of interesting places to explore. Yes, it's expensive, and the experience was absolutely worth it. If you are thinking about visiting Norway, I can definitely, confidently say I highly recommend it. Thank you for listening to the show with Xander. This was another episode of the Europe trip that I made in May 2026. And it was great visiting a few countries from Germany to Switzerland to Norway. The next one would be Sweden and then Finland. And I would tell you about them if I get a chance to put everything together for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode, and please remember to follow, subscribe, share with friends and family. It really helps me to know that people are watching or listening, and the way to show your support, which is free, is by simply giving me a thumbs up. You can also leave a comment. And thank you for those people who have been doing this for either some time they are new or this is the first episode. Welcome. And I hope that the material that I put up there and up in here, wherever you're listening, in any of your favorite platform or web browser, that you enjoy it. There are some more photos and videos and pictures that give you an idea of what is to be in Norway, how Oslo is, and I really hope that you enjoy. Thank you so much. My name is Xander. This is the show with Xander, and until next time. Ciao.